We have learned about the definitions of stress in 3.1 and consequences of this stress in 3.2. Next, I will discuss the subtopic 3.3, stressor, the causes of stress. There are factors within workplace that have been shown to influence feelings of stress in the workplace. Some examples include organizational constraints, interpersonal conflict, work overload, and low task control. I will explain in details each one of these causes in the next slide. Stress research has identified organizational constraints as one of the most pervasive causes of workplace stress. This stressor includes lack of equipment, supplies, budget funding, coworker support, information, and other resources necessary to complete the required work. Most employees experience stress because these constraints interfere with task performance, which indirectly threatens their rewards, status, and job security. Next is interpersonal conflicts. It happens when employees disagree with each other regarding how to achieve organizational goals as well as how work and resources should be distributed. Therefore, conflict is a way of life in organization. What contributes to interpersonal conflict? In organizational settings, most interpersonal conflict is caused by structural sources such as ambiguous rules, lack of resources, and conflicting goals between employee or department. However, a variety of interpersonal conflict that has become an increasing concern is workplace harassment, including workplace bullying, sexual harassment, and other forms of mistreatment by co-workers, managers, or customers. What is psychological harassment? Known as repeated hostile or unwanted conduct, verbal comments, actions, and gestures that affect an employee's dignity or psychological or physical integrity. In addition, person employment or job performance is conditional on unwanted sexual relations. For example, employer threatens employee by telling them if they say no or reject the action, this will affect their job appraisal in the end of the year. The person also experiences sexual conduct from others, such as posting pornographic materials that unreasonably interferes with work performance or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. Sexual harassment are divided into two, which is quid pro quo and hostile work environment. As an employer, they have responsibility to maintain a workplace that is free of sexual harassment. If they allow sexual harassment to flourish in the workplace, they will pay a high price in poor employee morale, low productivity, and lawsuits. 4 steps to preventing or minimizing sexual harassment in the workplace are: develop policies and culture of a more respectful workplace, screen job applicants for past incidents where they have harassed others, use multi-source 360-degree feedback to identify harassing behavior, and lastly, develop a trustworthy conflict resolution process. Work overload is one of the most common workplace stressors. Employees are expected or believe they are expected to complete more work with more effort than they can provide within the allotted time. Work overload is evident when employees consume more of their personal time to get the job done. Technology and globalization also contribute to work overload because they force employees to work for more hours of the day. People increasingly work with co-workers in distant time zones, and their communication habits of being constantly yes person make it difficult to separate work from personal life. Some employees develop their work overload by adopting an ideal work norm, in which they expect themselves and others to work longer hours. For many, Working more than normal work week is a badge or honor to show they are more better than others in performing tasks. Professional and management work 60 to 80 hours per week, keep on working through most health problems and take almost no real vacation. Workplace stress is higher when employees lack control over how and when they perform their tasks, as well as lack control over the pace of work activity. Work is potentially more stressful when it is paced by a machine, involves monitoring equipment, or the work schedule is controlled by someone else. Low task control is a stressor because employees face high workloads without the ability to adjust the pace of the load to their own energy, attention span, and other resources. Okay, next in subtopic 3.4, we will discuss about individual differences in stress.